I was wrong about million-dollar homes in Prescott. I've been doing more and more million-dollar deals each year for the last few years now, and what I've learned, it's really surprised me. I used to think million-dollar homes, they were only 1 or 2% of all the homes sold. The truth is, we sell a lot more than that. Doing research for this video, I did a quick MLS search, and I found that in the last 12 months, there were 3,260 homes total sold in the Prescott area. Of those, 332, or about 10%, were sold for more than $1 million. That's more than I expected. I used to think million-dollar homes stayed on the market for a really long time, at least many months and maybe more than a year. The truth is, they don't. To find out the data, I looked at the homes for less than $1 million just to get a baseline. In the last year, there were 2,961 homes sold for less than $1 million. Of those 2,961 homes, 74 took over a year to sell. That's 0.2%, 0.2%. Of those 332 that sold for over $1 million, only 9 stayed on the market for over a year. That's also 0.2%, 0.2%. It's the same percentage. The price point made no difference in staying on the market for over a year. I used to think that homes for less than $1 million would sell much faster. The truth is, the data shocked me. First, let's look at homes that sold with less than 10 days on market. Of those 2,961 homes that sold for under $1 million, 625 sold in less than 10 days. That's about 21%, and that seems reasonable, doesn't it? Of the 332 that sold for more than $1 million, 107 were sold with less than 10 days on market. That's 32% sold in less than 10 days. That seems absurd, but that's the data. Now, taking this one step further, how many homes sold with 0 days on market? Of those 2,961 homes that sold for under $1 million, 128 sold with 0 days on market. That's about 0.5%. Of the 332 that were sold for more than $1 million, and this is like the most shocking fact that I've discovered, 44 were sold with 0 days on market. That's 13% of $1 million homes sold in less than 1 day. So just to be clear, a third of the homes that sold for over $1 million stayed on the market for less than 10 days, while only a fifth of the homes for under $1 million sold in less than 10 days. And less than 1% of the homes under $1 million were sold with 0 days on market, and 13% of the homes over $1 million were sold with 0 days on market. Does that sound like a slow market to you? I'm just going to pause here for a minute or two because those numbers are unbelievable, but that's the data. And there's more. I used to think a buyer had plenty of time to find and buy $1 million home. You could look and shop and schedule a showing for 2 weeks from now when it's convenient for you. The truth is, if a home is priced right, they can sell in a day or less and be gone before you ever see it. I know of one property that was listed for $1,050,000, which was undervalued, I thought, and it sold for $1.3 million in 2 days. If the asking price of any home matches the value of the home, it's going to sell quickly, no matter what price point it's at. I've lost a few deals because we didn't offer enough or we got to the party too late. So there's an urgency in this market that I had no idea existed. And with that urgency in mind, here are some tips and tricks that are going to help you successfully buy the $1 million home that you want. The first trick to finding the one is to get an automated email notice set up by your agent. Anytime a property that matches your search criteria goes active on the MLS, you'll get an email. As soon as you get the email, go see the property. One more twist to this is to be notified of not just when properties go active, but when a property goes coming soon as well. And while you can't see the inside of a home that is coming soon, there's no law or rule or social convention that stops you from making an offer on a home that is coming soon without seeing it first. Now, I know it'll take a minute to absorb the idea of making an offer on a home sight unseen. I mean, that seems crazy, right? I mean, what if you get inside and it's just horrible? Well, chances are it'll be fine. If you or your agent drive by, you can get a good idea of the care and the maintenance that the sellers put into it. The home is probably going to be what you expect it to be. And in the worst case, and I've never had to do this, you have the right to cancel a contract at the end of the inspection period. I've used this coming soon technique of making an offer before seeing inside to successfully get my buyers the home of their dreams against fierce competition. One time, we asked the listing agent if we could drive by and walk around it. And while we were there, I saw another couple sitting in a car down the road watching us. We wrote a full price offer immediately. A few hours later, the seller said that they received another offer, but because we sent our offer first, they accepted ours. A lesson to learn here: don't be afraid of coming soons. They could be your answer. Of course, you're not always ready to jump in your car and drive to see a house, especially if you live out of the area. The obvious answer is to have your agent, who probably lives nearby, go see the house for you as soon as possible. And while they're at the property, they can call you, and they can walk around, and you can ask specific questions in real time. They could take photos or videos and text them to you. And finally, the best solution, if you can't be there in person, which you've probably already thought of, is a FaceTime call. You can interact in real time. You want to see how old the water heater is? Walk over and stick the camera down there and find out. And surprise, doing a FaceTime call has an unexpected benefit. I've been doing a lot of video for years, and I've noticed people either hate the camera and they run away, or they love the camera and they perform. Cameras have this strange effect on people. Sometimes they say things on camera they would never say in person. One time, I was doing a FaceTime walkthrough with a buyer when the neighbor starts waving at me. "Hey, how you doing?" I tell the neighbor that I'm a real estate agent and I'm on the phone with buyers and we're interested in buying the property. And I ask, "What can you tell me about it?" And they start talking and talking. And my buyers start asking questions. We're finding out all kinds of things about the neighborhood, the neighbors, the sellers, and the house. Things that you're not going to find in an MLS description. My buyers were really happy to get all the juice on this place. And it really helped them seal the deal on buying this. I don't think the neighbor would have talked so freely if my buyers were there in person. Try it. You're going to be surprised. And now I have a personal announcement. My broker is Realty One Group Mountain Desert, and we have a division named One Lux, and it's focused on luxury homes. To become part of it, they require specific experience to qualify, and then you have to take some training, and then you have to be accepted. I am happy to announce that I just became a member of the One Lux division of Realty One Group Mountain Desert. I am now a certified luxury home marketing specialist. I've been successful in the past helping buyers buy $1 million homes and sellers sell $1 million homes. So I've decided to focus on that part of the market. I seem to be good at it because I've been rated 5 stars by my clients. Go check my Google profile or ratemyagent.com. And if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Prescott, especially homes over $1 million, give me a call or text. I'm a certified specialist now. My contact info is right there.